If I was to ask you what your favourite season was, you'd probably say Season 2 or Season 4, but there is actually one more, the most underrated season. Now, I think the main reason this is underrated is because it's chucked in between two really good seasons. However, that doesn't mean it's a bad season altogether. First, let's talk about the map changes. The map had very strong map changes, with half of the map being covered in water. I think this might have been one of the best map changes Fortnite have done just because of how unique it is. Obviously, a new season brings new locations. Catty Corner, which was a little bit small, but it was a really good location. Then we had the Flotilla, which was a raft type POI, which was quite cool. The only problem with it is that it was made out of rubbish, which I found quite weird, and that they should have made it just a beach POI, but oh well. Then we had the Authority, which was a bit of a downgrade from the Agency, to be honest, but I still enjoyed it. Finally, we had the Yacht and Rickety Rig. The Yacht wasn't a location, but I thought I'd include it anyway. The Rig was just a downgraded version again. The Yacht was cool, but again, just a downgraded version. Although most of the locations weren't the best, I think the map changes with the water definitely made up for this. I think we have to talk about this one first. The charge shotgun replaced the pump shotgun, which was a bit controversial. This weapon is more skill based than just shooting a shotgun and getting the win. I think that's mainly why people don't like him more than the pump, obviously. If you've never used a shotgun before, basically what you have to do is charge it up before the shot and then it shoots. And the longer you charge it up, the more damage it does. But yeah, it was a really cool concept and I quite liked it in the game. So next we have the Kit Shock Wave Launcher. So basically this was a movement item and it was one of the best we've ever had, to be honest. Yeah, I just wanted to mention this one because it's quite a cool concept again. I think they had some really good ideas in this season, and yeah. Then we had the Jaws Grappler, which let you glide across the map, and it was really good for traversability as well. It was just as good as the Kit Shockwave Launcher, to be honest. Next, I want to talk about Ocean's Bottomless Chug Jug. Basically, how this worked is when you use it, it can recharge, so it's an infinite healing item, basically. It does take 15 seconds to recharge, but it was really good. But I think it is hard to use it in situations sometimes. Then you have the Battle Pass. So tier 1 was Fade and Ocean, and they were quite cool but basic. Fade was a bit extra customizable, same with Ocean, but I just think they were basic in general. Then you had Scuba Jonesy, again just basic, and I think he was a filler, to be honest, like just to fill in the Battle Pass. Then you had Jules. She was quite cool actually. She did have one extra customizable skin with a mask on instead, but yeah, it was really cool. Then you had Kit, a really cool concept, and yeah, just genuinely a creative idea. Then you had Siona. She was okay, but she wasn't that cool, and she really didn't fit the theme, to be honest. Then you had Eternal Night. She was okay. Didn't really fit the theme, but it is a cool night skin, but I just feel like we've had too many night skins by this point. And finally, the secret skin Aquaman, which I found quite cool because normally they just chuck a collab in there and call it a day, but this time it actually fit the theme of water, and I found that really cool because they don't normally do that. So yeah, I'm quite impressed that they did manage to fit him in. Then you would have this mini boat that travels around the map, which was quite cool, and it would have a few slurp barrels on there, a few chests, a few consumables and stuff like that. And I think it had a legendary chest, but I'm not sure. And obviously, yeah, it provided you with 100 shield ready for the game. Yeah, there was also this bigger boat for the storyline, and it would just move around the map throughout the weeks, but then it just randomly disappeared. Yeah, but it wasn't anything special. This season also brought the introduction of cars, probably the most used vehicle in the game, to be honest. And yeah, since then, it's just been in every season. I still always find it a weird choice that they brought it in a flood season, but I'm not going to question it. But yeah, without cars, we wouldn't be able to get around the map as quick as we do, so yeah, I'm grateful for the cars anyway. By the way, they were brought closer to the end of the season when the flood was lower in, but it was still there, so I don't know why they added it, but oh well. Sharks were also added to the game, which allowed you to ride around the map, obviously because it's only water, so it's easier to get around with a shark. I do think that sharks were quite underrated, and yeah, but they definitely need to make a return because they've just disappeared out of the game. I'd say the one downside this season had is that it had no storyline whatsoever. But yeah, apart from that, it was a really good season, and I think it needs to be more appreciated because no one remembers this season, so yeah. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, that would be much appreciated. And if you want, you can comment down video ideas for me next. That would be much appreciated. Thank you guys, and yeah, see you in the next one.